Hey guys, I hope you're all doing well today. I'm taking a walk back to the car. It's just at the Wynberg Magistrates Court for something, and I thought it's quite a walk to my car because I don't like parking here where where everyone else parks. It's too busy, so I pick a spot way up here where there's like no cars. That's where I park. So now I have to take a bit of a walk, but I thought I'll do a video on estate duty because I don't think many people are aware of this additional tax that you have to pay if your estate is a certain size. So basically how it works, right? Firstly, the tax rate, right? What is the tax rate when it comes to estate duty? Now guys, the tax rate for the first 20 million of the dutiable estate. So if you do your calculations and it is established that your estate is dutiable, then for the first 20 million the tax rate is 20%, right? So 20% you have to pay to SARS before you can pay out to the heirs, right? So you can do the math or the maths on that. If the dutiable amount is 10 million, then 2 million must go to SARS as an additional tax on your estate, right? So now that we understand that, how do we calculate estate duty? Now, firstly, what you do, now I can only give you the basics, guys. I can't give you like a full lecture on estate duty. I need a bit more time than this. But the basics is this. Number one, you take all of the assets of the deceased as a date of death, right? So this is now your normal stuff like houses, cars, monies in bank accounts, stuff like that. So that's now your assets as a date of death, right? So now once you have the assets, what you must do is you must add to that deemed property, right? Now what is deemed property? Now guys, deemed property basically is stuff like, typical example is like a life insurance policy on the life of the deceased, right? Now whether or not that pays out to the estate, if it pays out to the estate coincidentally, it will form part of the assets of the deceased. But let's now not get too technical. Let's just say deemed property is anything like a life insurance policy that pays out on the life of the deceased, right? Now typically this will pay out maybe to a family member or so. Now the value of that policy is deemed property, right? So you must add that to your calculation as well. So you add that to the other assets, and then you can deduct certain things, right? You can deduct certain things from the first two values, right? And one of the things, for example, is a rebate. There's a rebate of 3.5 million rand that the act allows you to deduct, right? But there's other things you can also deduct. But the point of the matter is you add all the assets as a date of death, you add all the deemed property, and then you deduct the allowable deductions, right? And what's left, that is the dutiable estate. So if the value then is 0, there's no estate duty payable. But if, for example, let's say the value is, in our example, 10 million, there's 20% payable on that amount. So that's how you calculate estate duty, guys. And as I said, many people are not aware of it, but it's important to know because obviously, as you can see, it can take a big chunk of extra tax that you have to pay to SARS before you can distribute the estate to the heirs. Now guys, I hope you found that useful. I hope you found some value in it. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you back here next time, and until then, take care. Cheers for now.